Most people struggle to respond when somebody asks the all too familiar question, what do you do? And because of that, they're missing out on marketing opportunities every day. My name is Kurt Stockwell, and as a StoryBrand certified guide with over 11 years of marketing experience, I've helped hundreds of businesses create marketing that actually works. You're listening to the One-Liner Workshop podcast, and in every episode, you'll learn how to create a powerful one-liner that'll make people want to do business with you.
Tatianna Felix is the head of marketing for the Inland Pacific chapter of Associated Builders and Contractors, Incorporated. ABC Inland Pacific provides those looking for a new career with education and apprenticeships in commercial construction. When explaining her chapter's programs, Tatianna often faces the untrue but widespread belief among job seekers that college is always the best path. Today, we will help Tatianna craft an engaging one-liner that will challenge this belief and encourage people to consider the benefits of commonly overlooked careers. Let's get started.
Tell me a little bit about your role, for one, and what the work program is about with ABC Inland Pacific.
So I am responsible to a few different programs, but one of them being the workforce development program. Our goal is to get into high schools and kind of plant the seed that a career within the construction industry, you can be successful, you can have a great life, because the narrative historically is ran that you can't be successful unless you go to college. So we're working on switching that narrative around. But then on top of that, I recently did a veterans forum. I went in and just talked to vets about what they're doing now. Would they like to transition into a career? We're trying to get into reentry programs. So those that are coming off of addiction or getting back into the real world after being incarcerated, just trying to help people find a career that works for them and benefits their future without going into debt.
That's amazing. I'm all about the people who are creating a conversation around the subject of college is not your only option.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, so for a lot of people, college is like, I can't afford it. My parents can't afford it. That's just not the path for me. I'm not able to get, grants or whatever. So I'm going to go down this path of like the trades or whatever. I think that's always been kind of the mindset that a lot of people have, is like, that's my only option. But in fact, the trades are an amazing career path where people are making a ton of money. You go into the trades, get into an apprenticeship, and by 26 years old, you're making $100,000 a year plus, and you've got no debt, and you've got an amazing path for success.
And that's the great thing about apprenticeships is majority of them are paid, and the wages they make. I mean, I think I speak harder on it because I went to college, I got a degree, I was in debt for years, and I don't even use my degree anymore because at such a young age, you're pushed to decide what you're doing for the rest of your life. Some kids want to be doctors, go to college because you have to go there to learn that kind of stuff. But not everybody has to go to college, and it doesn't mean you're less than.
Yeah, I'm all behind what you guys are doing because it's such an important conversation that needs to be had right now and hasn't been had for years. So tell me a little bit about your role. And we were talking a little bit off camera before we hit recording that you are kind of in charge of marketing, but you've never really done marketing before. So tell me a little bit about that, and where do you feel like you're kind of hitting some roadblocks or bumps in the road?
So I am in charge of marketing for the association. I have the task of creating a comprehensive marketing and communication plan for our chapter within workforce development. I have no idea what I'm doing. I have Googled things. I have found websites to develop a marketing plan, and then I just get lost. So I think my biggest struggle is I don't know where to start. I think if I had the first couple steps, I could wing it for a little bit and build off of it, but I have no idea where to start.
Well, this is a perfect conversation on where to start with the most important thing about your marketing, which is your message. The reality is people don't make buying decisions based upon an image from Canva or a beautiful photo. They make decisions to engage with your organization based upon the words that they read or the words that they hear. So this is really the most important first step, is understanding who's your customer, what is the problem you solve for them, and what is the success that your customer can expect at the end. The StoryBrand 7-part framework goes into this in even more detail, but the very first step of that in a lot of cases is just basically being able to answer the question, what do you do? And so that's what we're going to do here today. And if you can start with that, with anything you're doing with your marketing, you're going to stand head and shoulders above all the competition. So we're going to work on that today. Does that sound good?
It sounds great.
Awesome. So one thing that's very unique here is you've got two very different audiences. You've got like the high school kid, and then you've got like a veteran, right? Those are two very different paths. So you want to try to speak to both of them at the same time? Or do you want to really kind of hone into this like early college years kind of age?
Our goal though is to reach both. So that's what's tricky about this, is because we have to appeal to the kids and relate to them on that level. And then for the reentry part of it, whether it's their switching jobs or the veterans that are coming back in or correctional facilities, it's showing them it's never too late to change your career if it will change your life for the better.
Okay, so what I hear you saying is that the problem that most people identify with is their career path is not clear. Would that be accurate?
Yep.
Okay. Wrote down is many people do not know what options are available for their career path, but I think that's not focused enough on really the problem. Would you say that the people you're having conversations with are those who recognize, like, I don't want to go to college?
So we're speaking to some that have an idea, whereas I think those that don't have the idea are just being skipped. And I mean, had I heard about the trades and what it could have done for my life when I was leaving high school, I probably would have picked different.
So it's definitely around the person who recognizes that I want another conversation, not just around this whole college conversation. I want to have another conversation. So what if we said, many think that college is the only path to a successful career?
Yeah, because that's what we talk about as the narrative we want to change.
Okay. And so if we said, many people think that college is the only path to a successful career, or if we said, do you feel like people feel stuck?
I don't know if it's stuck or lost. You know what I mean?
Got it. Many people feel stuck, or many people feel lost because they think that college is the only path to a successful career.
Yeah.
Tell me about the way that, because often people will react to messages around feeling. And the problem that we want to identify is it the lack of options or the lack of knowledge that there are options?
I think it's the lack of knowledge of the options.
Okay.
I mean, if I reflect back to schooling for me, like my guidance counselor was like, what do you like? Okay, well, you can go here for this or here for this. And it wasn't, well, here are the other things that you could look into. You have to realize their parents, we are the generation that was fed that college is the only way to succeed.
Yep.
So we're not just trying to change the minds of these kids, but we have to give them enough information to help them almost teach their parents.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have that support system, they're not going to back you in your choice.
Yeah.
And they're great. You're just going to swing a hammer and never do anything with your life. Kind of idea.
Okay. So let's go back to this problem. So it sounds like the problem really is the lack of knowledge about the options that are available.
Yeah.
So I'm going back to the statement that many people think that college is the only path to a successful career.
Yeah.
Now we can get into stuck, lost. We can get into more feelings in the longer conversation about this. So here's where people are on this journey. Everybody goes through a journey of curiosity to enlightenment to commitment. That's the three phases that somebody is in when they're walking through this path of engaging with your marketing. So this one-liner exercise really is that kind of bridge between curiosity to enlightenment. Now, in the enlightenment room, that's when we're going to talk a little bit more in depth, maybe about some of these things about feeling stuck, feeling lost. Here's the options for you, and here's how you can educate yourself. Here's how you can educate your parents. But we want to first help people identify, yes, this is a room that I want to walk into. So I think if we just kept it really simple. So do we like the fact that the problem, to quickly identify it, is many people think that college is the only path to a successful career?
Yes.
Do we like that? Okay. That's general enough. Okay. I'm going to lock that in. Now let's talk about the solution. So what do you guys provide? Tell me about when somebody's like, yeah, I thought that college was the only path to a successful career. I don't feel like I'm the right fit for college. What do you got? Tell me about it.
So we have the apprenticeship avenue. There's different apprenticeship programs based on your interests. Do you want to deal with wiring and what electricians do? HVAC, do you want to be on a roof and putting in these systems? Lasers. So it's a little person dependent, but there's different apprenticeship programs.
And it's all around apprenticeship programs.
No, because there's companies that will just take you as is and they'll train you up through their company. And
Okay.
with that, the other program I run is the education program. We call it like continuing education, but we offer trainings to teach them skills. Like we have a project management series, we have a leadership development series, we have basic stuff like Outlook and Excel. So we offer them the other training pieces to help them feel successful.
And does this cost the person?
So the company will pay for the training.
So if they're like, this is a good fit for me, might be pipe fitting, the individual doesn't have to pony up any sort of money to go into the pipe fitting training, because the pipe fitter company is going to take this person on, pay them, put them in their apprenticeship program.
Train them.
And
Yeah.
Okay. So if we said, so do you guys offer education, training, and access to apprenticeships?
Yes.
Okay. And it's all around the trades, right?
Yeah. So we are a nonprofit for commercial construction.
Okay. Commercial construction. We offer education, training, and access to apprenticeships in commercial and construction.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a good summary of all of that.
Yeah. So that's the solution. So if we said, many people think that college is the only path to a successful career, we offer education, training, and access to apprenticeships in commercial construction. Now, talk to me about the success that people can find. Obviously, what people are looking for is financial success. They're looking for stability. They're looking for what else?
I feel like a lot of people I always worried about hitting the ceiling. I got my degree, I'd walk into a place to run a restaurant and I'd walk in at the highest place I could reach. I'd walk in running it. There was no room for growth. But within construction, that's not the thing. If you
Wow.
want to stay a foreman, stay a foreman. If you want to move up and be a project manager, do that. So if we can give them a career, they don't have to go in debt to reach that. And then we also provide an opportunity for them to have growth. I mean, I don't know what else you would need within that.
Yeah.
I'd be pretty happy with that, moving forward.
Got it. So financial stability, unlimited growth potential, debt free. So what if we said this to kind of wrap it up? Allowing our members to find financial stability and unlimited growth potential, all without being saddled with the debt that usually comes with the traditional education.
The only thing is this isn't geared towards our members.
Okay.
If we were to generalize it and say allowing you to find,
Oh, okay.
does that work?
Yeah. I feel like we've landed on a good problem, solution, and result. Let's see if we can tweak it in any way to make it even better. So if we said, many people think that college is the only path to a successful career, we offer education, training, and access to apprenticeships in commercial construction, allowing you to find financial stability and unlimited growth potential, all without being saddled with the debt that usually comes with traditional education. What do you think about that, first off?
It's wordy, but
Okay.
everything we do is wordy because of what we do.
I think that if we wanted to, the first two parts of it, the problem and the solution, are not super wordy. The last part of it might feel like it's a little wordy, allowing you to find stability and unlimited growth potential, all without being saddled with debt that usually comes with the traditional education. I feel like that would be great for like a piece of print material. Maybe in the conversational aspect of it, we could take this, tweak it, and make it a little bit more conversational. So let me try something here real quick here. One of the things that we can always do is anywhere we can remove commas, we want to do that. Mm-hmm. So in the second sentence, we've got education, training, and access to apprenticeships in commercial construction.
Can we just put educational training?
Yeah, there you go. We offer educational training and apprenticeships in commercial construction.
Yeah.
You could remove the all without being saddled with the debt that usually comes with the traditional education.
Could you put like without any unnecessary debt?
Yeah. Allowing you to find financial stability and unlimited growth without the burden of typical student debt.
Okay.
So we shorten that up pretty good. And so I think student debt I like the term student debt because that's a term that it's getting a lot of conversation, especially on the nationwide stage. So that term student debt is something that is in the vernacular of most people. Yeah. So I think I like this. Go ahead and read it back to me and tell me what you think. The one I just stuck into the chat.
Okay. So many people feel college is the only path to a successful career. We offer educational training and apprenticeships in commercial construction, allowing you to find financial stability and unlimited growth without the burden of typical student debt.
What do you think of that?
That's what we do.
Perfect. and we did it in a couple sentences.
That is the best way. What we do is really hard to explain without giving the 20-minute speech.
I've got another little tweak here that actually puts it into 2 sentences. Let me show you this.
Yeah, most believe college is the sole way to succeed in a career. We provide accessible education and apprenticeship in commercial construction. This means people can achieve financial stability and growth without the burden of typical student debt. That one's my favorite.
Okay, I like it too. Yeah, it's a little bit more conversation. Only we really got it into 2 sentences.
Yeah,
that's always my goal, getting into 2 sentences. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it. So where do you feel like you'll use this first?
I don't know. I mean, because I'm getting.
What's next on your list of things that you have to come up with for your marketing? You don't know.
No, I asked them, I said, what are we doing? Like, what do you guys think the next step should be? And it was crickets in the room.
You want me to tell you where to put it?
Yeah.
Okay. Put it on your website. What I see on your website is under workforce development, which is the conversation we're having. There's no main workforce development page.
I feel like we need a main page, and then
create a main page of workforce development, and then on that page, put this statement right at the top. And then another thing that I would do is I would put it in the signature line of your email. Do you guys go into high schools and have like a booth at like a college, like a continuing education day at schools and stuff? What do they call those?
The career fairs or job
fairs. So what I would do is I would make some like rack cards or like trifold brochures, and like on the front cover of that brochure, I would just put this. I think that's where you should start with this. And then also try to verbally say this when somebody's like, hey, Tatianna, what do you do? Make it a little bit conversational so it can roll off your tongue.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, hey, I think that wraps it up. Any closing thoughts?
Well, first, thank you. I mean, just this first step. Now I have ideas. And I'm like, okay, how do I build off this? So yeah, thank you very much. I love it. It helps me sum up something that normally takes me 5 minutes to explain.
Yeah. Awesome. Again, this is just the first step. Businesses that invest in clarity and reject confusion are the ones that will win.
Yeah. I see that.
Yeah, cool. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Well, that's all for this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Follow the One-Liner Workshop wherever you listen to podcasts. And remember, businesses that succeed in today's marketplace invest in clarity and reject confusion. A great one-liner is just the first step in creating marketing that works. And if you're ready to take all your marketing to the next level, please visit welldressedwalrus.com and schedule a free consultation with me. If you'd like to learn more about StoryBrand and Donald Miller, the creator of the one-liner, check out the book Building a Story Brand wherever books are sold. I'll see you next time for the next episode of the One-Liner Workshop.